As for Daniel, he and Barnyard are now watching Assassin's Creed and probably cutting themselves because that movie is supposed to be terrible.
We just got out of Assassin's Creed. Yeah. The new movie, based obviously on the video game franchise, starring Michael Fassbender. I can't remember. Oh, Jeremy Irons is in it too. Chick that played Talia al Ghul in Dark Knight Rises.
Marion Cotillard.
Talia al Ghul, and then Mad Eye Moody was in it.
Yeah, Brendan Gleeson for some reason. Fuck you. Michael T. Williams, I think from The Wire, he's in this. Oh, Charlotte Rampling from 45 Years, she's in this movie too.
I just saw that.
Long story short, I fell asleep. I just got out of the Fences screening and drove all the way over here. And I was in one of those really comfy recliners, maybe that's why. I will say this movie made it really easy. It's super confusing. The movie's shot really dark.
Yeah.
A lot of people are giving monotone performances.
The first act, it was a bit confusing. There wasn't a lot going on. The second act, you kind of knew what was going on, but there were still moments that like what the fuck? And then the third act is actually pretty good. Third act was the best part of the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're talking about like.
Oh, by the way,
when I woke up.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, we're just gonna talk about this movie. If you don't want anything spoiled to you, we'll have a time code right here that you can skip to. In the third act, they got Callium Lynch.
Yeah.
It's a fucking weird name.
This isn't based off of a specific story of any of the games. It's just a different guy who's connected to the assassins by ancestry, and so this company kidnaps him after he's being executed by the state for killing a pimp, which, I mean, I know Texas is really big on capital punishment, but if somebody killed a pimp, would they really receive the death penalty? I mean,
maybe he was white.
It's a pet peeve of mine, but hearing the Spanish language from a Spaniard always irritates me because they've got the I always hated that.
You always hate Oh, it's okay, because I hate fucking Britain people talking. Fuck Europe. This is America, motherfuckers.
After Brexit and Greece's economy going to shit, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna adopt Europe eventually. Maybe we're gonna split that in half with Russia and cause World War III. Did you hear that the Russian ambassador to Turkey got executed?
On live TV.
Yeah. Did you see the memes for that shit?
No, I did not.
There's one with Putin's face on it, and it says, "Better grab a ham because there might not be any turkey left this Thanksgiving."
Oh.
There was one where it was the screen cap of the shooter. They cut it in with the characters from Lazy Town. RIP, by the way, Russian ambassador to Turkey. I don't know that guy, but,
Insert face, picture.
Yeah.
Date of life, and then play the Russian national anthem. with Putin riding a bear.
There's one point where, because Michael Fassbender is in this facility with a bunch of other people whose ancestors are assassins, for some reason these other assassins have like this coalition. They're like, oh, he's gonna betray us, he can't do this, blah blah blah. And there's a scene where one of the assassins starts giving Michael Fassbender shit for holding this apple, and then Michael Fassbender just looking at him weird, and this random scene goes on for like 4 minutes, and he just stops and goes, what the fuck is going on? And that is exactly how I felt. I didn't understand any of this. I didn't give a fuck about any of this.
Yeah.
It was just a thing that was happening, and then occasionally I would open my eyes because a loud noise would happen. It's weird that it's so complicated, but really all this movie is about is that there's this weapon called the Apple of Eden, and everybody wants it. And there are the Assassins and the Templars. And if you're an assassin, you hate the Templars. And if you're a Templar, you hate the Assassins. And you want this apple. And the apple gives you superpowers.
From what the Templars said, it has man's first obedience or something like that. It's what initially gave them free will.
Okay.
And the Templars wanted to reverse that in order to stop the Assassins, in order for everyone to be obedient.
Okay.
Something with obedience. The Assassins were trying to take it because, you know, the Templars are evil, and also they don't want anybody to have that kind of power, so they hide it. Then the Templars are looking for it, and they're looking for it, and the 500-year scavenger hunt.
The next Assassin's Creed game should be Assassin's Creed Nazi Germany, and the final boss should be Hitler.
I actually think they had a spin-off
Are you serious?
Assassin's Creed game where you play as a Russian in World War II.
Dude! Some of the production design is really cool. Like the environments they got for old-timey Spain, which is like 1500s. Some of the choreography is really cool. Like the fight choreography.
I have a question.
Yeah?
If it was based in the... Wait, was it...
The 1500s.
Was it the
Spain.
1500s or the 15th century?
No, 1500s.
Because at the end of the film, Michael Fassbender's ancestor gives the apple of Eden to Columbus. Columbus didn't sail the ocean blue until 1942.
1942.
1492.
Well, I mean, Columbus must have been alive, like, in the 1500s sometime.
Yeah, he did, but I don't fucking know.
I don't think this movie gives a shit. People who give really good performances in movies like Marion Cotillard and Jeremy Irons and Brendan Gleeson, all these people, they look like they're phoning it in so hard. Nobody here looks like they're giving a shit, except maybe Michael Fassbender, just because he's having fun just being an idiot.
He's the star role.
There's a scene where he's getting drug into the Animus against his free will, and he's like, I'm going crazy!
Yeah.
Doing his best Jared Leto Joker impersonation. He goes, I'm crazy for loving you! And like, there's blood dripping down his lip, and he's just dancing around like an idiot. And at the end of the scene, Barnyard just sits there and goes, what the fuck am I watching?
They called it bleeding. He was imagining his ancestor self like in the same room as him, and he was fighting him off, and then whenever the guards come in and take him to the Animus, he starts fighting them, and then that's when he gets bloody, and he goes, I'm going crazy.
Oh my god, I cannot believe it took us this long to realize this. This is the first review since X-Men where we can sufficiently say that Magneto dies. He's in a wheelchair too, so he's getting really close to Professor X. There's this wonderful scene whenever he's first waking up from being executed, and he's trying to stand up, but he can't, so he's like running like a retarded baby horse.
It was like a baby deer trying to walk as soon as it came out of the womb.
It's like if that character were on ice and just like... I wish Jeremy Irons were more like he was in Dungeons and Dragons. More like bravado and over the top. If you scroll to the time code, we've been just sitting here chatting about Assassin's Creed, and now we're gonna give our final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars. I'm gonna be quick with this. I fell asleep. I really didn't give a fuck. Michael Fassbender was entertaining as shit. So, solid 2 out of 6.
Third act was the best part, in my opinion. I liked all the fighting. I liked all the rebellious stuff going on. I liked the ending too in London. Michael Fassbender in that third act alone, I'll give it a 3.5.
Okay.
I'm being generous, I know.
Positive review. Look at that.
I'm being generous. Predict it's like 2.75. I know there's going to be more Assassin's Creed movies.
Are there? You think this is going to make the amount of money they need?
I think that they're going to at least have a sequel. no matter how much money they made.
If you want to see a better version of Michael Fassbender, Marion Cotillard, and this director, just watch last year's Macbeth, which is a haunting, powerful movie. The most beautiful cinematography I saw last year, and a great showcase of like badass, bloody action. I would recommend subtitles because they have a really thick Scottish accent. Missed my best of the 2015 by like that much.
If you liked the video, please leave a like down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We love every one of our subscribers. If you want to tell us you love this movie or you hate this movie, please let us know down below in the comments. We talk to almost anybody. If you haven't already, please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Links down below. We are planning on having a best and worst movies of 2016 video with you know, a good amount of us. We'll give a brief description why, so please, you know, stay alert for that. Liam has a blog that he does reviews on. liammgahan.wordpress.com. Links down below.
Our friend Noah has an Instagram, The Cinema Geek. Y'all can check him out there.
Links down below.
Yep.
You know our top 10s are going to be totally different because it's just going to be on films that we've seen, right?
Dude.
And we haven't seen the same films.
Dude, I know.
You're going to be more in depth, and I'm going to be a little out the door. Like, I haven't seen Edge of 17. I haven't seen Manchester.
I haven't made a list yet.
Me neither. I got to work on that.
Yeah, I know. I think the only thing I have for certain is like maybe my top 3 worst. But even then, I don't know what order I'm going. Y'all keep an eye out for that. Thank y'all for watching. We love every single one of y'all, and you take care. Good night.